Hey, what's going on with it once again? Ladies and gentlemen, fanboys and fangirls, this is the one, the only Mr. Criticism Guy 2009, aka Nintendofreak2011. Before I begin, two real fast updates. Pretty much this other half of the week, I know I've been gone for like pretty much almost a week, maybe a week and a half at the most. Unfortunately, I'm probably going to be gone for another week because I'm going to be visiting my family for a little bit. I live in the same city, thank God, so just drive over there real quick. Thank goodness. So there's that. And that's the second update. I just finished doing like a little Pokemon TCG thing, so if you guys want to check that shit out, go for it. And I did another one too, which is really fucking awesome. It's like HS Triumphants. If you want to check that out, go on my Nintendofreak2011 channel and check that shit out. It's pretty damn good. If you want to, it's all up to you guys. So I only got 2 pictures of this time today, so without further ado on that, let's begin. So Kim Kardashian, a lot of people already knew who she was, especially the mainstream media sheeples and all that. And unfortunately, at that time, I would sort of admit I was kind of a sheeple back in my teen years. Stupid ass fucking teen myself. I actually thought the bitch was fucking hot, And it sucks because, unfortunately, the bitch is sort of hot still, but with this whole illuminati thing and everything, it's kind of, that's the thing that turned me off about her. Even though I learned about it a couple of years ago, but I didn't really pay too much attention to it like I do now. Because the only 2 things I knew at that time was like the Freemasonist shit and Illuminati. I didn't know about the globalists, New World Order, all the banking elites and cartel and gold and silver way later on, back in like 09. A couple of years after I was finished with my middle school and high school, basically my whole childhood, status at that time. So there was that, and then a lot of people, I'm not sure if it was a couple days ago, maybe it was a couple weeks ago, when they found out she was doing these symbolic symbols, and then later on, a day or 2 later, she was telling the press and everything, and all these other mainstream medias on like social media networks and shit, she was saying, oh, no, I didn't know that was a symbol, I had no idea that was a symbol, and unfortunately, the hot ass bitch, she ended up having what was coming to her. She got a lot of like lash from not a lot of her fans, but a couple of her fans did. And the other one I was gonna show you in a second. Before I get to that, I'm not sure who the heck this is. I doubt that's like her sister, one of her crazy ass little sisters that they're always like making those shows on E! Channel, whatever. Which I stopped watching about 4 or 5 years ago. That shit is just boring as fuck. It's not even that fun at all. That's mostly for stupid ass little fucking girls that like that type of shit. Unfortunately, the role models are, yeah, I'm gonna sound like a fucking outcast for saying this from the sheeple's point of view, but for the people that are awake, that they're wide fucking awake, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. I think she was with Kanye West most of the time now, because obviously he's super illuminati, which with Jay-Z and Beyonce, which I'm not even gonna get into that because there's like a million other videos on YouTube that's talked about it, But there's other than that, I'm going to show you other things. She did this vampire bloodbath thing, and I actually heard all this information from Christopher Green, aka Alternative Media Television. That guy's definitely fucking awesome. Definitely check his shit out if you're into it. And there's that one, and then this one with her being a bloodbath. This shit right here, it just goes to show you that this high-powered Freemasons and the banksters, elites, and everything, they're probably paying these people $500,000 and billions and pound trillions of dollars. They're making this shit up out of thin air and boom, doing some crazy ass fucking shit like this. And it's unfortunate in our society that people look up to this. Oh, it's a good thing. You should leave her alone. And it's like how that whole thing a couple of years back when YouTube was just starting to grow up and stuff was still in its developing stages, which was a lot more fun at that time. Even though nowadays most of it sadly is controlled by Google nowadays. Even though I'll use it a couple times, I gotta like search for the images. If it's not that, I'll go to Bing or whatever. And now there's this brand new thing that I think it came out a couple of months ago. I think it was like August, September. I could be completely wrong. It's called Snapchat or whatever. So I guess, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook and Instagram, etc., 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 etc. Any other social media like picture sharing networks, they got another little competition. Now they got fucking Snapchat, which I don't know. I may or may not do a rant on it. But pretty much this week I'm probably not going to be doing videos for a little while. Probably until next week, Monday, because like I said, I'm going to be visiting family and shit. And I heard doing a bloodbath, on the vampires. I didn't read any of the articles, but I'll probably put an article if I find it somewhere down the link below if you want to check that out. It's utterly fucking disgusting, despicable how low this bitch has gone, just to suck on the banking elite's dicks, and not just Kanye's. That dude's, he's full of shit nowadays. Even though back in the day, I'll admit it, as much as whiplash I may or may not get from this, I actually liked his music back in the day, his first freshman, sophomore album, that was a time in my life, I was a lot more like antisocial at that time, really had that many real life friends back in the day, until a couple of years later, maybe my senior year in the college years. That's when I had up to like real friends now. That's awesome as fuck. You can have internet buddies every now and then, which is cool. It's nothing wrong with that. It's just I prefer the physical stuff. But other than that, last but not least, I'm not sure if she's getting married to the devil or some kind of Baphomet bimbo, like how that dude Mark Dice always talks about. Baphomet bimbo, Miley Cyrus, Miley Virus, Lil Wayne, Lil Sting. He always, he mocks him a billion times harder than I do. Even though most of them are just shit in general. Boring ass music, the same fucking club shit over and over and fucking over again. I'm not sure if anyone's talked about it, but they probably have. Probably way before I did. The whole little American Music Awards thing. I watched a little bit when one of my, sheeple roomies and stuff like that. Because they don't really, believe all the stuff I tell them. It's like, oh, you stupid. And, all that shit. But at the same time, we'll still get along a couple times when we don't touch base on that topic. Yeah, that's all I have to say for now. Unfortunately, I'm not to say fuck this bitch, unfortunately. And, yeah, that's all I had to say. Another brainwashing mastermind behind the scenes, sadly. And people fall for this shit like pigeons trying to get, breadcrumbs. That's what it is. They're fucking crows when it comes to, their mainstream media high, which is this, not just this bitch right here. There's a lot of other little figures out there that do the exact same fucking crap. And that's all I have to say for now. So like I always say, is what it is, ain't what it ain't. See you when I see you guys. Have a good day, have a good night, wherever you're at around the world. Don't drink, smoke, weed at the same time. Don't say anything reckless. See you soon. See you around. Be easy. Stay safe. And happy early Thanksgiving, since I'm not going to be here that day. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care, everyone. And lights out and goodbye. Peace.